Blended Kingdom Teens is all about the real-life struggles of living with divorced parents.
We give you honest conversation and practical tools for living out your identity and purpose as we chase after God together. Hey BKT, what is up? We are back with another episode for you guys. We're gonna kind of just be going into how to deal with step-sibling and maybe even sibling conflicts, and how not to lose your cool in those moments, because we know that it can be very easy to lose your cool in certain situations. So yeah, I will read us the verse for today, which is Romans 12 verse 18. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone.
Wow.
Like it says, we are called to live at peace, not only just within ourselves and live at peace with the Lord, which is most important, but we are called to live at peace with everybody. This reminds me of the love your neighbor as yourself. Love God, love your neighbor, greatest commandment. And so, let's get going right into this. Let's jump into a little story time. Jerzi, could you tell us about a time when there was conflict between you and one of your siblings or step-siblings, and you couldn't lose your cool? You're like, nope, can't do that.
I think, okay, yes, for sure. Like, there's definitely plenty of times of conflict with my siblings, my step-siblings, where, well, either one way or the other, usually with my siblings, so like my brothers growing up, I mean, we easily lost our cool with each other. You know what I mean? Like, we wrestled, we fought. There was conflict with my step-siblings just really struggling with the divorce, whether that be with one of their step-parents, with one of their own parents and the way they're parenting. And so the two younger of my older sisters, step-sisters, they're in high school now, and they're starting to really try and calculate what the divorce means for them and how they've been affected and how they want to, live differently and like either not follow the parents' rules or follow the parents' rules. And so as the big sister, when I come home, like during the summer, I'm like, half of it is like, the parents are trying. Like, I've seen it all. Like, they're doing what they know is best, and they're your parents, and you have to respect them. But at the same time, it's like you have to communicate, like, what you're feeling. And that's a really big part of my family's conflict, is that they don't communicate. Everyone just gets super, like, upset and gets in their own little space. And when they're in that space, nobody talks. And so I become like what we talked about in the past, like wanting to have peace with everyone. And so I would go into a situation, usually means like me going in, knocking on my sister's door, texting her and saying like, am I okay to come into the lion's den? Like, am I going to get my head bit off? Like, I know I'm not the enemy here. And they're all like, yeah, and I'll go in there and I'll just, ask them like, what's up? Tell them to talk to me about it. At the end of it, I'm just like, okay, now just go tell that to your mom or dad, like whoever the situation is about. Because it's just a lot easier whenever you can just say how you're feeling in that moment to like your big sister than it is to say it to your parent because you feel like you're disrespecting them. Yeah. But the way you feel in those situations, whether it be you did something wrong and you're going to get in trouble for it, but you're terrified to tell your parents. I've been there. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. I've had that conviction and you just got to do it because it's uncomfortable, but there's freedom in that. Or you have an opinion about the way your parents are parenting and you have an idea and you want to see if you can make amends or something. Like, there's so many ways that you can go about, but you just have to have the conversation. And so that's the way I try to play it, is just going in, not making it worse, but trying to be the big sister. Because a lot of the times I want to play the best friend card. Like, I've never had little sisters. So sometimes I just want to like be the good guy and not let them get mad at me about anything. But I think that goes better when I actually show them the example of what it looks like in a conflict to resolve it properly and ultimately to care about the person more than the conflict. I think that's a really big deal, and I think that's really important, to not let something get between you, including you and a parent, because that's important.
Yeah, I really like what you said about how you were you were the friend.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important because sometimes we can get wrapped up in a situation of like, we've been through this together and we forget like you just need to be friends sometimes. Like, I know you're related, but you need to be friends sometimes. And so I think with that, there comes a lot of patience and a lot of obedience and maturity, because that's something that really only the Lord can give you. I mean, that's his fruit right there. And so I think that in these situations where we find ourselves in conflict with a sibling, maybe it's even a parent sometimes, a step-sibling, whoever it might be, I think we need to give grace for the situation and remember that we didn't essentially ask to be in the situation, but we're all here by purpose and by God's plan somehow, even though we don't understand it. And we need to be patient with those people because they are experiencing life for the first time as well, and they don't understand it either.
Yeah.
And so I think that in the heat of the moment, when you're like you don't want to lose your cool because you don't want to like flip out on somebody, you just need to be like, okay, take a breather, realign your thoughts with God's thoughts for you and his thoughts for the situation, pray about it, and then be the friend.
Yeah.
And be a friend because Jesus was a friend. And we forget that he was also our friend. And so just be the friend to those people who need it, even if it was the person that you were fighting with or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Hey, go read Romans 12.
Do it. So good. Love
Go read
Romans 12.
12.
Yeah. Find wisdom in it. Find some good stuff in there. You'll definitely need it.
Hey, we're praying for y'all. We're thankful for y'all. If you're in conflict, pray about it. Talk to someone about it. Talk to one of your siblings, your parents. Let us know how we can be praying for y'all. And we cannot wait to see y'all in our next episode. Okay, as always,
Stay strong and courageous. Bye.